Hello friends, myself Shriran Korde. As part of file input output, now we would like to understand few things with respect to text and binary file. So here when we try to understand, typically one understands storage of numbers. That means how storage of numbers gets handled. So when it comes to writing or storing a number on the file, that means with respect to a file on the disk, then fprintf is one of the function or is the function which is used. Okay, so when we use fprintf, then text and characters are stored one character per byte, and the numbers are not stored as they are in the memory, like typically 4 bytes for integer, 4 bytes for float, and so on. Obviously this is a compiler dependent, but the crux of the matter is numbers are not stored as typically it will be in memory. So numbers are stored as string of characters. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If let us say that if I have a number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then it will occupy say 2 bytes in memory, or at max it may occupy say 4 bytes. It depends on how the data type you are trying to use. So when you transfer it using fprintf, then it would occupy 4 bytes, 1 byte per character. Okay, that means if it is 1, 2, 3, 4, and if it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then obviously it is going to occupy 5 bytes, uh, that means 1 byte per character. Then if it is a floating number, like let's say 1234.56, then it is going to occupy 7 bytes on disk. So point here is like the number with more digits typically is going to require more disk space. That's in general the moral of the story. So that means if you have large amount of numerical data which you want to store it in a disk file using text mode, then it turns out to be inefficient. Okay. So what is the solution now? So the solution is typically you open a file in a binary mode, and then the functions that will help you to carry out binary mode file operations are fread and fwrite. Okay. So now these numbers, or rather the numbers, will now get stored by using these functions, that is fread and fwrite, which basically are going to store the number in binary format. That means it's now going to occupy the same number of bytes on the disk as it typically will occupy in the memory. Apart from that, when it comes to the end of file, now that's again one thing that one needs to be aware. When we talk about text mode, and we have seen that in our previous videos, like we have used end of file, and there a special character, that is ASCII value is 26, okay, is inserted after the last character in the file to mark the end of the file, and we have actually used it as part of our file operation. Okay, so if this character gets detected at any point in the file, the function would return the end of file signal to the program. Okay, now when it comes to the binary mode files, there is no such special character present to mark the end of the file. So how it is going to now keep track with respect to the binary file? So when it comes to the binary mode files, it basically keeps tracks of the end of the file from the number of characters present in the directory entry of the file. So obviously there is a support that comes internal, and using that basically it is going to keep track of number of characters which are present. So what's the summary or say moral? So in a text, if you have a text file and you store numbers in binary mode, then it is important that binary mode only is used for reading the numbers back. Since one of the numbers we might store will be the number say 26, and then it will become hex 1a. That means if you are even storing in hex format, so essentially it will be 26. Okay. So if this number gets detected while you are reading the file, then, and obviously when you are reading the file in text mode, then the premature end of file, that means it's going to get a premature end of file sort of situation, and then it's going to terminate it. Okay, so these two modes are not compatible. That's the moral of the story. So the two things, one is obviously fread and fwrite are the functions which help us to carry out do binary mode or the binary operation, that means the binary mode operation, and with respect to end of the file, you should not try to mix the two things. I hope you like this video. Thank you.